students, we are doing practical revision of ICT IGCSE. Today we will learn about unit number 15, that is proofing. We will learn about some proofing techniques, verification methods, validation methods and check digit methods, ISBN 13 and module 11. What is proofing? Proofing is basically checking all your computer produced work to ensure that it contains as few errors as possible. It is very similar to proofreading a manuscript for your spelling, punctuation, grammatical errors, and to ensure and the data that you have entered is valid. Let's start with the word processing software. We will use some of the features for proofing. First of all, spell check. For example, I am writing wrong spelling over here. I am writing wrong spell. Okay, now these two words are red underline. It means these are wrong, spellings are wrong. So red underline indicates wrong spelling. So there are multiple ways to check. First of all, you can right click on that word. You can get the different options that are related to this word which you have written. Okay, you can choose from here. Second, you can go to the review tab. You can click on this spelling and grammar check option. Third, you can use the shortcut key F7. F7 is the shortcut key to check the spelling and grammar. Let's suppose I am doing the F7 right now. I will get this spelling and grammar dialog box. Instead of wrong, it is giving me some suggestion WRONG, WORN that are similar to this word. So it is giving me some suggestion. If you want to change that, select the word and you can click on change. If there is only one mistake, means only one time you have written this word wrong, then you can click on change. If many times you have written this word wrong, you can click on change all. Change all means wherever it is written WORNG, it will just change it to WRONG. Okay. If you do not want to change, suppose you have written your name and names are not included in the dictionary, you can ignore that. Ignore once means only one time which you have written, that should be ignored. Ignore all means wherever you have written in the whole document, it should be ignored. Or you can add that word to the dictionary also for the names. Okay, I am just doing it change option now. Click on change. Now it is giving me the second word that is incorrect, SPEL. Either I want to write it spell, spelled, spill. So all the options related to this word is suggested here. You can click on that word and you can click on change option. It will show you that spelling checker is complete. If you want to do it again, you can do. Next is custom dictionaries. Sometimes your spellings are not wrong, but that is different in the different dictionaries. For example, US dictionary is different and UK dictionary is different. I am just writing in the word minimize. I am writing it with the ISE, but automatically it is doing it IZE. Why? Because it is different in US and UK. So from here, where you can check that which dictionary you are using, go to file menu, click on options, okay, and from the proofing tab, click over here, check custom dictionaries. Custom dictionaries. So right now my English UK is selected, so you can select different English from here. Okay, so sometimes it is the spellings are not wrong, but it is different in the dictionary, so you have to check the dictionary also. Third is typographical errors. What are typographical errors? Means you know the spellings, okay, you know the spellings, how to spell it correctly, but accidentally you type it incorrectly, maybe because of typing too fast or due to keyboard error. For example, not leaving space between the different words, typing this TEH instead of the. So some of the words are automatically suggested here, means for example, I am writing TEH instead of the, I have written TEH. When I press the space button, it will automatically change. It is auto corrected. Okay, some of the words are auto corrected. If you want to add some words in the autocorrect option, you can do that. How you can do that? Again, go to the file menu, click on options, okay, click on proofing, and from here autocorrect options, click here. Here are many words written over here. For example, if I have by mistake written INCLUD, it means E is missing, so it will automatically replace with the E. So some words are missing. Initial, if you have run the wrong spelling by mistake, typographical error, so it will change automatically. From here also you can select the option correct two initial capitals. Mostly when we press the shift key, by chance two words are written capital, so it will just check it and correct it automatically. If you want to write any your own word, suppose your name, maybe you have multiple options. I am writing this word, replace this word wherever I write with this word, okay, for the spellings, or if you want any other from the dictionary, so you can choose that. Replace this word whenever I write this word, automatically change it to this word, add it. Close that one. Now let's check. I am writing over here AYESHA. When I will press the space key, it will automatically change to AISHA. So from here you can choose the autocorrect option. You can choose your words by your own. Next is replace tool. Replace tools mean, for example, if you have written one word wrong for the whole document, now you want to change that, the suppose name spelling or any other word, you want to change that, so you can go for replace option. Okay, suppose in this document here it is written proof. I am just showing you that how to do that. It is written proof. The shortcut for the replace is Control plus H. Okay, when you will press this one, you will get this find and replace dialog box. Find and replace dialog box. Suppose I want that find the proof wherever it is written proof, replace it with the capital proof, PROOF, okay, PROOF, and highlight this one also. Go to more option, click on format and highlight wherever you have made the changes, just highlight that one. If you will click on option replace, it will replace only the one, then will ask you for the second one. Okay, only for the first line it will replace, and then will ask you. Suppose I am doing it replace, it is asking you want to replace that one, replace. Okay, so it is just showing you one by one. If you will click on replace all, let me highlight that one. If you will click on replace all, so wherever the proof word is written, automatically made the 10 replacement. It means in the whole document I have written this word 10 times, so automatically look here, it is capital now. Okay, so if you want to change any word for the whole document, you can go for option replace all. Next is homophones problems. Homophone problems, sometimes, for example, I am writing a sentence, I am writing, this is not underlined. Why? Because spellings are correct. Instead of RIGHT, I have to write WRIT, but I have written RIGHT, so it will not be detected by this software. You have to proofread by yourself. Okay, suppose I am just writing, let's go to the beach. Here beach spellings are wrong. I am not supposed to write this word, this is not making any sense, but still it is not underlining. Why? Because spellings are correct, but it is not making any sense anymore. So you have to proofread such type of words by yourself. Next is validation. Validation and verification, these are the two different terms, but that are necessary for your documents. Validation means that is a proofing technique whereby rules can be set up that prevent you from entering incorrect types of data. Incorrect types of data. You can do it in spreadsheet also, in Access also, database also, spreadsheet or database software. I am doing it on the database software. But first let me show you different ways. What are the validation techniques, validation rules which can be applied. Look here, you can apply the range check. Range check means that data should be entered within a specific range. Suppose you want to enter the marks, it should be between 1 to 100. It should not be less than 1, or it should not exceed the 100. Okay, you can have apply the rule presence check, means data must be entered, you cannot leave the cell blank. Okay, you can apply type check, for example numeric, text, currency, date or time. If you are entering your marks, it should be numeric. If you are entering your name, it should be text. If you are entering about money, it should be currency. So you can apply the type check also. We will apply all this now in the database software one by one. Next one is length check. For example, 4 digit for the pin code. You will specify that you cannot enter too short, means if 4 digits are specified, you cannot enter 3 digit or 5 digit, it must be 4 digit. Okay. Next is lookup. Lookup means you are just restricting that you should enter only this value, means you are just giving them the value. For example, selective cities, selective countries, you can give the option in the drop down menu that you have to select the option from here only, you cannot write at your own. And the next one is format check. It checks the format. Sometimes registration number may be first 2 letters, next 2 digits, or first 2 letters, 4 digits. So depending upon your requirement, reference IDs, employee IDs, so you have to apply the format check. Now how you can apply that all these things, let's apply it one by one. First of all, I am applying the format check. Here in Access I have different fields over here: ID, name, date of birth, marks, country, code. Now I am going to apply different formats, different validation rules. For example, for ID I am going to apply the format check. How you can apply that? Suppose my format is first 3 letters and next 3 digits. Okay, first 3 letters and next 3 digits. How you can apply this one? Go to input mask, click over here, save it. Okay, you can edit your list by yourself. If you are using your own, means already available, then you can use the default. Otherwise, if you want to edit yourself, go to the blank cell, the last one, blank cell. Which one you want? Suppose ID student. Okay, what is the input mask? Means what format you want. I want first 3 letters and next 3 digits, L for the letter and 0 for the digit. Give the sample data. Now you have to show what should be the sample. Suppose A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. This should be the sample. Click on close. Select from here which you have created right now, ID students. Next, this is the format. Click on next and finish. Look here now, format is applied now. Now if you will enter any wrong format, it will reject that one. I will show you at the end. Let me apply all the validation rules on these fields, then I will show you at the end. So we have applied format checked on ID. Next, name. I can apply presence check, means you must enter the name, you cannot leave it blank. So how you can apply the presence check? Look here, this is written required. Click over here and just make it yes, means this field is required, you must enter your name. I have applied presence check over here now. Next is date of birth. So you can apply type check over here, just select from here type, date and time. Okay. Marks should be first, data type should be numeric. Okay, and now you can apply the range check over here. Range means must be entered between 1 to 100. How you can apply? Click on this validation rules. I am going here to validation rules, select the formats. In comparison you will find that operators comparison between, it must be between 1 and 100. Okay, so your data must be between 1 and 100. Click on OK. It is applied. If you want to show any validation text, that enter data between 1 to 100 only, it will be shown when it is rejected. Okay. For the country, I am going to apply lookup. Lookup means I am restricting that one, that you have to select only few options. How you can do that? Click over here, go to lookup wizard. I will have typed in the list that I want myself. Click on next. Which list you want? Write any 4 to 5 names. Suppose UAE, Pakistan, UK, okay, or Egypt. Just write any countries which are required only. Click on next button, finish. So you have applied a lookup wizard now. Last one is code. Here I am going to apply the length check, means the length should not be exceed to the 4 characters. How you can apply this? On the validation rule, From here you can apply a length, okay, len for the length. Then in the bracket just write the field name, on which field you want to apply. I want to apply on code, so just write code over here, bracket close, and then with the equal to sign just limit the restrict the length, means only 4 characters. Okay, so you can apply validation rule 4 characters. In the validation text you can write enter 4 digits. Save this now. Now I am going to show it in the design view, in the datasheet view. Suppose this ID, what was our format? ABC 1 2 3. I cannot write 4 over here, or I am writing AB 1 2. It's not taking it. Why? Because the format is not correct. So I have to copy the format only which is restricted over here. Okay. For the name, we have applied presence check over here. Let's suppose I am leaving it blank. It will not go to the next record. Okay. Date of birth, you can select from here date. Suppose I am just selecting today's date. Marks, suppose I am entering above 100, 101. Look here now, enter data between 1 to 100 only. We have applied range check over here. Okay. So let's suppose enter 98. No, it's okay. No, it is accepting that one. For the country, we have applied lookup, means restricted to these 4 countries only. So there is no option to write, you have to select from here only. For the code, we have applied length check. Let's suppose I am writing 3 characters only, 1 2 3. It is rejecting. What is the message? Enter 4 digits. I'm just entering 4 digits now, 1 2 3 4. Enter. You must enter a value in the student name. Why? We have not we have done the presence check over here. So let's enter the name over here. Now you can go to the next record, otherwise it will not move to the next record. So these are the different ways, these are the different validation routines, validation checks which you can apply on different software. Okay, the next one is check digit, ISBN 13 method and modulo 11 method. Whenever you purchase something, you can find out this ISBN. This is barcode. Okay, this ISBN sometimes it has 10 digits with the older version, but the new version has 13 digits. Okay, so how you can verify that your data is valid? You have to verify the check digit. Last digit is mostly the check digit. Last digit of your ISBN is the check digit. With the ISBN 13 method, how you can check? Just write all these digits in a sequence, same sequence where what is written over here in the ISBN code. Then write 1313 in the same sequence from the right side, but leave this check digit because you have to verify the check digit. Okay, leave this check digit. So instead of the 12 digit, till the 12 digits you have to write this one. After that, multiply each digit with this corresponding value. 9 multiplied by 1, 7 multiplied by 3, 9 multiplied by 1, and so on. Add the result. When you will add the result, you will get the sum of this. Okay, but what you have to do after that, you have to make it to the nearest 10, round up with the nearest 10. So what value should be added to make it to the nearest 10? So round up. So 6 should be added. It means 6 is your check digit. This is right. These are the steps. Mean write ISBN 13 code, write 1313 from the extreme right side, multiply it each digit, add the result, and find the number that should be added to round it to the nearest 10. This is the way how you can calculate ISBN 13. But if you have 10 digits, then you can use the option modulo 11. How you can do that? Write all the digits same as you have written for ISBN 13. Now here you are not going to write 1313. You are going to write 1 to 10, but from the left side. From the left side. Leave the 1. Why? Because it is for the check digit. We are going to verify, so leave the 1. From here start 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. Multiply each digit with its weightage. Calculate the result. Add this. After adding, what is the next step? Divide this result with the 11. Divide this result with 11. You will get the answer with the remainder. Okay, and the last step is subtract the remainder from 11. Whatever you will get will be your check digit. Now look here, 8 digit is the check digit. If you get check digit 10, then please do not write 10, you have to write x instead of 10, because 10 will be considered 1 0 2 digits. So instead of 10 you will write x in this case. Okay, this was our validation techniques. Next is proofing techniques, how you can prove what are the different ways. First is transposition errors. Transposing numbers happens when you change the order of the digits in a number when rewriting it or keying it. Okay, for example, I have to write this word is written instead of this. 1 2 3 is transposed, interchange. Okay, 3 2 is written instead of 2 3. So how you can detect that one? You have to write 2 digits, 1 3, then 3 2, then 2 5, and so on. Okay, after that write for these also 1 2 2 3 5 3 5 and so on. Now subtract digit from each other, 1 9 10 0 0 0. Where 0 0 it means there is no error. After subtraction, check that if your number is divisible by 9, yes, this number is divisible by 9, it means near to this you have the error, so you can find out the error. Okay, in this way you can find the transposition number. Another way is proofread by a third party. You can proofread a document against an original by comparing the two, or simply check the documents on its own. Okay, then you have to check consistent character spacing. This is required for some words or items such as units of measurements, people's initials, page numbers. So copy editor will decide on whether the spacing should be variable, mean it can be changed, or fixed, or there should be no spacing at all. So these are the example. Suppose 65 space kg, or without space, or you have written Mrs. dot, or without dot, or you have given the space, or you are not given the space. So copy editor will decide that, and please ensure that for the whole document it should be same. If you are using such type of things, then avoid justifying the text. Next is consistent case, using uppercase or lowercase for certain part of your document. Suppose for the headings you are using uppercase, so if you are using uppercase, so it should be uppercase for the whole of the document. Okay, and using them in the same way throughout for the whole document. And the next one is factual errors. Ensure the accuracy of what is written. It should be based on the facts. It should not be based on your ideas or feelings. The information which you are giving, it should be actual details. It should be based on the facts. So ensure that. Okay, verification is little bit different from the validation. Here, proofing technique, you have two ways for the verification. One is visual verification and the second one is double data entry. So these are the two ways. Data can be valid, but maybe it is not verified. Okay, means it has applied all the validation rule, but still it is not verified. You can visually verify. How? A proofing technique whereby you visually check a document for accuracy or correctness. Suppose I want to write the name. I have applied over here presence check also, and it should be text only, there should be no numeric, but I have written A. This is not a name. Data will be validated but not verified over here. Okay, data is valid because it is okay for all the validation rules. It is present over there, there is no number over here, even character check, length check is okay, but it is not verified. Next way is you can do by double data entry, a verification technique whereby data is entered twice and then the computer compares the two sets of data. For example, when you are entering passwords for your Google Forms or for any forms, so they ask mostly for the enter it twice. Why? Because they have to compare that for double data entry. Okay, in the spreadsheets you can use the CONTIF function and the condition formatting to highlight any data entry that are different in your tool list. So these are the two ways for data verification. Why we need validation as well as verification? Validation ensures that the format is correct and according to the validation rules, but verification will ensure that the data entered makes some sense. It is more accurate than only if validation is applied to it. Means that is actual, which you want to write, it is the same, that is the actual data. that is all for unit number 15. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much for listening.